Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. For those of you who don't know, I started Grumpy Old Fart to express my political and social opinions and to say things that I felt needed to be said. Unfortunately, YouTube started giving me strikes. As a hedge against this happening, I've created backup YouTube channels, Grumpy Old Gamer and Grumpy Old Ufologist. I also created a channel called Grumpy Old Fart over on Rumble, a free speech alternative to YouTube. You can find all of my stuff there, including my political opinion and current events. The link to my Rumble channel, as well as links to let you order my books, are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an Outlaw Trails story from a long time ago. I'm titling this one, The Hoosegow. Years ago, I was playing in my friend Bill's game. Bill was a good game master, and he loved the Old West. His Outlaw Trails games were very, very good. We all enjoyed them. There were 3 players, myself, my friend Doug, and Doug's brother Dean. Doug and Dean argued like brothers do, and for whatever reason, they made it a point to just disagree on every single conceivable point, even to the point of, I guess, undermining each other. Now, the game took place right after the Civil War. Homelessness, poverty, and despair were rampant. People were looking for jobs. People were trying to find ways to survive. We 3 veterans found ourselves afoot, broke, and unemployed in San Antonio, Texas. Between the 3 of us, we had a scattergun, 2 breech-loader rifles, and a cap-and-ball revolver, 2 canteens, and $2.25. That was it. That's all we had, and the clothes we were wearing. That's it. No horses, no nothing. We decided to try and get jobs as cowboys at one of the numerous ranches in the area. As luck would have it, one of the big ranches were shipping cattle back east, and several of their drovers were in the saloon where we were eating. More like about a half dozen, actually. Doug and Dean, somehow, and I seriously don't know how or why this happened, because I honestly, physically, Lynn had to get up and go take a leak. When I got back, they were already fighting. So I seriously don't know how or why, but somehow Doug and Dean managed to pick a fight with 8 of these drovers. I had to help my partners, of course. All 3 of us, brawled with the drovers for quite a while. It was a good fight. Your classic barroom brawl, the saloon brawl there, chairs and flying everywhere. Somebody got thrown through a window, the whole 9 yards. Then, after a while, one of the drovers drew a knife. Dean, of course, drew his pistol and shot the guy. Killed him. That's when the sheriff arrested us all. Now, the Hoosegow was not designed to be luxurious accommodations. It was a bucket for a lavatory, and each of us had a blanket. That was pretty much it. There wasn't even a bed, not a cot in there. It was just, a room with bars and freaking a bucket and a blanket. That was all we got. And they fed us twice a day. The meals were sparse at best, and the only water was dirty and old. We had a bucket hanging there with a gourd dipper. The worst part was that none of the drovers had been arrested. The sheriff made it very clear that we were to be sent to the local work farm to work off the damages to the saloon prior to being tried for murder. We felt that the institution offered no future for us, and we decided it was time to escape. We went to this work farm, and we worked all day, but there was heavy guards, and so we were brought back to the cells at night, to the jail, the Hoosegow. And we figured that'd be the place to escape from. We just got to find a way out. The problem was that each plan we came up with, Doug and Dean simply could not agree. Furthermore, with each escape attempt, Doug and Dean did stupid things to undermine each other, and our attempts kept failing. Dean was working a bar out of the window to let us slip through, and Doug, kind of working the bar in the window there, back and forth, trying to get it loose so he could pull it out. And Doug managed to argue with him loud enough for a deputy to notice. Doug was trying to lure the night deputy over to attack him when Dean managed to let the plan slip. I was trying to pry up a floorboard to get under the jail and the two brothers argued loud enough to attract the sheriff. He finally separated us into 3 separate cells. By then, I was pretty much fed up with the brothers. The evening meal was delivered by an older lady, and I managed to charm her into giving me a metal fork, to eat my food with. The deputy didn't know about it, so when he collected the 10 plates, I kept the fork. That night, I used the fork to pick the lock while the deputy was napping. I stole a pistol and belt, a Henry rifle, and a few boxes of ammunition. I was very quiet so as not to wake up the deputy or my 2 quote-unquote partners. I stole a horse from the livery and $18 from the livery's cash box. When I slipped out of town, I made sure to leave tracks east. Then, I hit a stream and doubled back in the water, and I was miles to the west by daybreak. I crossed into Mexico and kept heading west. I didn't turn north until I was over near Arizona territory. Now, Doug and Dean were angry. They were very angry that I'd left them there, but they couldn't do anything about it. Doug was shot and killed trying to escape from the work farm, and Dean, the actual shooter in the saloon, was sentenced to 5 years in prison. They didn't want to play anymore. They had had enough of the game, and they just didn't want to play anymore. But honestly, what else was I supposed to do? If I tried to help them escape, I was positive they would have got me caught again, so I wasn't going to risk it. I played in Bill's game for a long while after that, and we had a number of other players join the game. None of them argued like those 2 brothers, thank God, and we had a lot of fun playing in that game. Outlaw Trails is really, really good. It's a fun game to play, set in the Old West. But when you get players that are brothers or any kind of a relative, 2 players who enjoy arguing as much as they did, it ceases. Once in a while it's not bad, but when they do it every single time, it gets a bit much. So I left him in the Hoosegow. I did. I freely admit it. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.